He's back, so it's Trtan back time. That's all I got.
Be back with Trtan back time.
Yeah, I missed you too.
Clearly.
Okay, here we go. Forward into the past. January 4th, 1847. Samuel Colt makes his first sale to the U.S. government. Captain, and get this one, Captain Samuel Walker of the Texas Rangers. Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh.
All right, yeah. He had used Colt revolvers and was impressed by them when his 15-man unit defeated 70 Comanches in Texas. He placed an order for 1,000 revolvers. And January 4th, 1905, happy birthday to Sterling Holloway Jr. You've heard this person. American actor, voice of Winnie the Pooh, the snake in Jungle Book, and the Cheshire Cat in Disney's Alice in Wonderland.
He looks like he could be Pooh's voice to me.
He was,
Doesn't
for
he?
years and years and years. January 5th, 1961, the TV show Mr. Ed debuts, starting as a syndicated show and was picked up by CBS. Alan Rocky Lane was Mr. Ed's voice. Hello, Wilbur, that one. Alan Young, as Wilbur, was his owner. Mr. Ed was played by Bamboo Harvester. That's the horse's actual name. The story of using peanut butter to make the horse's lips move was actually made up. After starting with a piece of nylon thread in Mr. Ed's mouth, the animal soon learned to move its lips when the trainer touched its hoof, and finally to do it when Wilbur stopped speaking. The original pilot was financed by George Burns.
Really?
Yep. January 5th, 1895, happy birthday to Jeanette Ridlin Picard, American scientist and Episcopal priest. She was the first American woman to qualify as a free balloon pilot in 1934 and the first person to successfully fly a balloon through a layer of clouds in that same year. January 6, 1945, Pepe Le Pew makes his first appearance in a cartoon entitled Odorable Kitty. Get the odor thing? Yeah. In the cartoon, a cat disguises himself as a skunk to avoid his tormentors. Thinking the cat is a female skunk, Pepe pursues her. Eventually, Pepe's wife catches him in the act and beats him over the head with an umbrella. We then find out his real name is Henry, and he was faking his French accent. January 6th, 1412, happy birthday to Joan of Arc, led French armies against the English during the 100 Years' War. Most believe she was condemned for heresy and burned at the stake. Actually, she was convicted of cross-dressing. For heresy to be a capital crime, it had to be a repeated offense. Now, Joan had worn male clothing and armor during her military campaigns. She wore female clothing before the court, but was forced to wear men's clothing to help protect her from rape while in jail. It now became a repeat offense and qualified her for the death penalty.
Had no idea.
Yep. January 7, 1927, the Harlem Globetrotters play their first road game. Although the original players were from the Chicago area, their promoter, Abe Saperstein, chose the name New York Harlem Globetrotters because Harlem was considered the center of African-American culture. They did not play in Harlem until 1968. January 7th, 1910, happy birthday to Orville Faubus, governor of Arkansas from 1955 to 1967. In September of 57, he ordered the Arkansas National Guard to prevent 9 blacks from entering all-white Central High School in Little Rock. President Dwight D. Eisenhower said, "Hold my beer," then federalized the Guard, removing them from Faubus's control, and sent an element of the 101st Airborne Division to protect the black students. Faubus then shut down Little Rock high schools for the 58-59 school year.
I saw an
It's referred to as the lost year.
Yeah, interview with one of those kids the other day. Wow.
This is cool too. January 8th, 2012, Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers in what became known as the 3:16 game, after John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. All right? Tim Tebow was the quarterback for Denver. He had worn John 3:16 in his eye paint in a college game exactly 3 years earlier. Here's Tebow's passing yards during that game with the Steelers. 316. Tebow's yard per completion, 31.6. The only interception was against the Steelers on 3rd down, 16 yards to go. Steelers' time of possession was 31 minutes, 6 seconds. The Nielsen rating for the game peaked at 31.6. And the Broncos lost their previous 3 games by an average of 16 points.
That is crazy.
That's
Good
just craziness.
stuff. All right. Good one today, for sure. All right.